Boom. Greetings, everyone. Janik, your host. Motivation Academy. Yeah, that's me. So, today, my topic is what did I say? We all will have to change. We all will have to change what? Change our ways. Yeah, change our ways. Change our ways of being. Where does the change start? I think the change start the moment you start being honest with yourself about what you know and what you really don't know. From that state, from that step you take towards being honest and admitting to yourself that you don't really know nothing, no humbleness, being humble to higher and divine, which we have pretty much rebelled against it a lot in our ways and our ways of being and our ways of doing in our daily life. We're not very centered. So, yeah, we're centered on distraction. We are centered. We're centered on distraction. It's a populace that is very, very distracted and on so many levels. And sometimes, we acquired so much information all the time, like it's an age of information, if I can say. Like it's everywhere. You can have access to it very easily with internet and not so much the TV, but even on the TV you can find some stuff, but it's not my place of choice. It's not my place of choice, but yeah, I think we can all start to create also that change. That's it. What was I going to say about change? Yeah, I forgot. Anyway, humbleness to higher and divine, essential. The fact that we come here, we are supported, we are nurtured by the earth, uh, nurtured by your parents, the earth, everything. The earth provides everything we need, but yet we're so arrogant. I think the opposite of being humble is being arrogant. So I think we're very much arrogant towards everything that not only lives on earth, but everything. We trash pretty much everything, even our body. In the first place, we trash ourselves with so much junk, so much nonsense that we listen and watch, and all this make us very distracted and more distracted day by day. As far as my journey goes, yeah, it's at one point there's a lot of distraction, so you got to use scrutiny in what you ingest as information, because even if you have information, now what? Like, what you're gonna do? You're gonna change your ways. You're gonna start being humble towards iron divine. It's big. You're gonna start to praise iron divine. Like, so even if you know a whole bunch of stuff, doesn't make you uh, reaching that soul essence that we're supposed to reach. In a way, that's the way I see it. That's the way also I've been taught by a few other beings a lot of stuff, and I came to realize, yeah, that the change start. First of all, honesty is very important. Honesty, being honest. We're very, very dishonest, and like I said, we are on auto destruction until we realize it. So it's not only destroying your body, you destroy your vibe, destroy your soul, destroy pretty much everything you can seek and destroy. I think it's Metallica had a song, Seek and Destroy. Yeah, that's it. So there's a lot of work to be done. The good news is that it's doable. Takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of involvement to let go of distraction, to let go of and also the distractions, not only watching TV. It's not only that. There's many hypes in this world, and often we get caught up into a hype or another just to say that we want to fit in something, or like we have that deep desire to fit in and to be like, until we realize that we should like ourselves, we should adore higher and divine instead of focusing on the other beings around you. So until, because like I said, no matter the amount of information, no matter what you do, if you're not humble towards higher and divine in your ways of doing and being, you do it in vain. Like, to me, it's about humbleness, honesty, humility. Have the humility to admit that you lived your life like a fool. Yeah, pretty much all of us at some point we've been caught up into the sea of distraction, because it's permanently bombarded at us, and even more today because they want to give you that false sense of knowing. Often you're caught up in a false sense of knowing that false sense of knowing. So it's very, very mixed up. That's what I have observed from my point of observation. Yeah. And I got the kayak. Got the kayak. It's hanging on the ceiling. But it's not the right one. I'm going to have to get another one. So Gavin will inherit this one, and I'll get a bigger one with the seat higher. This is a bit too low. So we won't see me right away on the river, but soon, like in a month, it should be here. So we're aiming for the 1st of June to be on the river. Yeah. And paddling. So, yeah. Just to, keep the link alive between you and the earth is very important. There's many ways to do it, of course. And I think kayaking is great because I always loved being in water. Like, water is not of an issue for me. So yeah, so it's very calm. Also, it's very calm, very silent. Often there's not much noise on the lake, so it's very you can think a lot. Yeah, yeah, and you can make a lot of videos too. Yeah, I got my new camera that we will put to test soon, and yeah, I will talk about all kinds of stuff like I used to do at the chilling spot, but on the water. Probably I'll put the GoPro on a stick, and it's gonna watch me paddling. Should be fun. It should be fun. Yeah. So honesty. So here, the 9 virtues of magnificence. Of course, before you become virtuous, you have a lot of bread, ben des croûtes à manger avant que tu deviennes virtueux. But if you focus enough on that centrification, that meditation centrification of your being, you can get there. It's like anything. You can put anything you can do if you put your mind to it. If you apply yourself to the task. I've done stuff in my life that if I would say to some beings, they would be like, that was the impossible to realize, but I've done it. Like, I put my mind towards a lot of stuff in life, and I was what you can say successful, but it's always to me was always that maybe false sense of pride at one point that I've realized, because it's all the activities we do is pretty much very useless until we decide to really praise the proper vibration. Yeah, that's yeah, because we installed my garden. I started to really put in place all my stuff on my garden, so he came to help me to build shelter in the back, because if it rains, like today it's raining tomorrow, so probably 3 days in a row of rain. So sometimes it's good to take a shower, but you don't stay in the shower for 3 days usually. So a good. But most plants also, there's a lot of plants that are prone to mildew and stuff with when they get too wet. Same, they're gonna ratatine. They're gonna shrink like you when you stay in the water. That's it. So yes, and the nine virtues of magnificence, because I think we are truly magnificent. It's just we are on pause, or not there, or sleeping, or million miles away from reality, wherever you are. But I think, yeah, there is a, like I said, when you put your mind to it, you can do whatever you want. If you practice enough, if you will become good at it. We can master pretty much anything, as far as I'm concerned. Like I had a job before, I was asked to do stuff, and even if I didn't know how to do it, I always used to say yes, and I figured it out after. Same like your life, you can say yes, and you'll figure it out. But start saying yes to your life before tick tock, expire. So I'm just giving you my opinion on what a being should be able to realize while they are alive. It's like we all have a brain, so it depends the way we use it. Many of us are using it to sleep, and some others are using it to be more aware, be more awake, or you can name it as you wish. Yeah. So honesty, responsibility. We have the ability to respond, but it's not to respond to distraction, to higher and divine. And again, everyone says that word, responsibility, but without any sense of what it involves. It's very big. It's very big. But at the same time, also, it's not that big because we're born for it. We came here for that. So why should we freak out with anything that come our way? Nothing will come your way in life if you can't handle it. That's one thing I have learned is don't freak out with what can happen, like coming here today or whatever. And I always say to myself, I can handle it, and nothing will come my way that I cannot handle. So you just go forward, and one door after the other, and then you get to the place where you want to be with your being. Like me, I'm aiming for upper realm, the stars. I told you before, it's my last round. Yes, it's my last round here. Anybody here? Or I'm talking to the camera alone? Yeah, I think I am by myself. But it's okay. It's recorded. I get it. Not everyone is on the same schedule. And you don't have to be exactly on my schedule. So, yeah. I just come here because it always feels for me at that time is good. And so, yeah. And I had a few thoughts in mind that I wanted to let you know. And intelligence, so important. But many of us are under also the illusion, or we pretend a lot. We pretend that we want to evolve. We pretend that we want to be honest. And, there's a big game that we play since we're very young, and it's play pretend. So most of us haven't stopped playing pretend. So that's why we're all. I say often that it's all fake, and pretty much everyone is fake because everyone play pretend, like when we were young. So that's why often I come back and say, "Wake the baby," because we're pretty much all still in a baby state, or not even born, or not even here, and not no clue of who you are and what's your goal here, what's your responsibility, what's your ability to face higher and divine, to face facts, to face, and again, after that, you have to do something. It's good to be aware, to know certain fact, but then after what? Like, it's important to from that stage you keep evolving, and always into a different because the more you focus, the more info will transit towards you, and the more also you have the ability to use scrutiny. So that's my point. Yeah, scrutiny, very important in everything, and not stop playing pretend. Yeah, willpower, willpower, and again, it's not something very far in our imagination. We have willpower. That's what I said. If you have willpower to do something, if you have the will, where there's a will, there's a way, right? So that's it. Where there's a will, there's a way. So if you apply yourself, you will find a way, often out of no way. And if it's what has to be done for you to evolve, to put you really in confrontation, but not confrontation, but face to face with yourself, do it. Like, I've done it many, many times coming here, and like, my goal is not to attract attention, is to put my thoughts where they should be, on higher and divine, on better vibes, on, staying focused on what really matters, like feeling the earth. Yeah. Gardening. Yeah. It's gardening season, of course. Yeah, all my stuff is prepared, but now I'm waiting to get my kale out, tomatoes. I have about 100 tomato plants waiting to move out. I'm gonna show you. So yeah, so I'm just waiting for my stuff to go out. I'm gonna have chives, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, so to go back with my 9 virtues of magnificence, vigilance, vigilance. This one is so important, and especially in our age of bombardment, distraction, bombardment. Vigilance is very important, because if you're not a vigilance, that's it. You will be probably hit by the distraction. So yeah, very important to. And vigilance has to do with scrutiny, and have some kind of filter for what comes in, and maybe what goes out after will make more sense. Yep, trunity, trunity. Yeah, unity in truth. Yeah, unity in truth. That's also very important. That's the change also that we should all focus on, is live from our core truth instead of the Babylonian lies. But I'm trying my best to, uh, like probably many of you, trying my best to not be swallowed by that. My soul doesn't get captured, but it can happen, and I can see it can be captured very easily if you're not vigilant. This is where vigilance is very important, primordial. Oh yeah, Trinity, vigilance, unity in truth. That's where, like I said, I say in the title, I said, we all will have to change our ways, change our speech, especially change our speech, change the whole thing is to change ourselves. That's why I say often that I'm not sure if one day the world will ever evolve because we're so deep down in that darkness of distraction that I wonder if, and people love it too. The most beings love their distraction. It's weird, eh? They put themselves in front of TVs to be hypnotized day after day, and they love it, and they say it too. They say it. It's so strange. Today, I find that strange. You would have told me I would have never had that kind of speech 10, 12 years ago, whatever. I don't know where, yeah, 10, about 10 years. Never. I always found the world strange in some ways, yeah. People are strange when they are strangers. I think that's the Doors. People are strange. Yeah, people are very strange, but again, it's it's a very strange world with strange. It's the beings of, but again, beings is a dog is a being. So humans of this world that are very strange because a tree is not strange. The all the elements and the so it's very much has to do with us. Yeah, being on a strange path. So anyway, so yeah, respect, respect, respect. Yeah, respect, respect your elder, not your older. Your elder, the ones who knows what they don't know. The one who knows what they don't know, because at the end of the day, what can you possibly know here other than what you experience? And our experience is limited to Earth. So I don't think anyone has had the experience of going into the heavens or the celestial bodies and come back here. But if we do it, I don't think we really remember doing it. That's the thing. That's I think why we become amnesic at birth. We come here. We probably go into a cycle of birth and death, birth and death, birth and death, until we decide to shoot our soul in the stars, something like that. But yeah, it's probably they say life is a cycle. So plants have a cycle, nature have a cycle. It's life and death. So we probably have that same cycle. It's just that when we are born in flesh again and again, we probably don't even remember the life before. But there is some beings, some people that have remember some stuff. Young, I'm talking from a young age. They have remembered who they were in the previous life. There's videos on for sure. You gotta take it for what it is. It's like it's not my experience; it's their experience. But it gives you a, I don't know, some kind of perspective on what it could be to that cycle of birth and death. I don't think you remember all the pains and torture that you have done to yourself, but you probably remember what was your experience. Yeah. So that's it. Optimism. Optimism, for sure. Be optimistic. You cannot evolve if you're pessimist. If you're negative pessimist and you're stuck. Like, you don't need to be stuck. No, no, no. We're all, and also every day is a grand moment. It's a grand moment, but we have lost that touch with that grand moment in our life, which is our everyday life. And very often we go so distracted, and the day goes by, and the time goes by, and the decades, and suddenly you wake up at 40, 45, 50, and you're like, whoa, what's going on? It's not necessary to wait to 3, 4 decades before you start looking at your life, at yourself. It's not necessary. I think around the age of 20, we should be able to have a brain that is formed enough to venture into the unknown. It's a venture into the unknown. Yeah, but the unknown, uh, it's always more comfortable to stay in the harbor than going to venture in the sea, for sure. But what will make you stronger is when you ventured into the unknown. That will make you stronger. And I think that's why we're getting weaker and weaker, probably, as a collective, as a bunch of sheep, as sheeple, as people. Because I'm not very far from the herd. Either I'm in the herd or I'm following not too far to try to teach the herd, but I don't put myself on the. I'm learning. I'm in the learning. I decided to change my attitude, and yeah, that's another change that we have to really put in place is our learning attitude. How do we face life every day? Like I said, your everyday life is important. Each and every day should be a grand moment of celebration, of rejoicing in love and grace. And but we have lost that so much because, like I said, distraction, either it's work, the children, like you're permanently out of alignment with what really matters. I'm not saying that your children don't matter or the work or stuff, but it's always all this stuff, it's always weaved into the matrix and stuff. So we're either encouraging the stuff that's going on or we try to make it evolve in another way. Yeah. Being kind. Being kind. We're supposed to be the humankind, but we have lost the kindness. We have lost the kindness along the way. And the kind will inherit the earth. And kind doesn't necessarily signify to accept everything for cash. Scrutiny, again. But yeah, be kind. So I'm out. That was it. And I'll be back here probably tomorrow. Tomorrow early or early in the day or what day are we today? Thursday? Yeah. I'll try to make it for like 10 or 11. So until then, large up. Much love. It's all love. And I'll see you soon, probably here or on the river. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got my gear all ready. See ya. Boom. Large up. Ease out. See ya.